and gentlemen, welcome to the Stronghold Arena Ryse Wrestling. It is November 23rd to the Inclusion Revolution. My name is Marcus Mann. I am joined on commentary tonight with the personal ring announcer of one Alex the Great.
It's actually the Great Alexander.
I'm sorry. This is Joseph Sinceri, I believe.
Joseph Salvatore Sinceri.
All right, well, we're joined by Joseph Salvatore Sinceri, and a special guest for this one, the current reigning, defending Ryse Grand Champion, Matt Conard.
You're welcome that I etched out time to be on commentary with you. But of course I did it to watch my boy, my bro, my dude, Edric Everhart, wipe the floor with the second-rate athlete, Tony Johnson.
Being escorted by Johnny Hostowski and Noah Sidney, hailing from St. Louis, Missouri, and weighing in at 195 pounds, the Iceman, Tony Johnson.
Well, Matt, as you said, Tony Johnson making his way to the ring. Tony Johnson, the #1 contender right now for the Ryse Grand Championship, a title that you held. And, you know, upcoming on December 14th, you will be defending that title against Tony. I guess getting a little bit of the scouting report here tonight.
Look, let me give you a brief history of Tony and I. He and I have been tied together for years. Different companies, different championships. I can't get away from the guy. While I will not take away his athletic ability,
Don't tweet, bro. It's never sweet.
here's the difference.
Okay.
And all the years Tony and I have come up together, I have ascended, he has plateaued. And here in Ryse Wrestling, the records will show that has not changed. He has yet to beat me, and he will never, ever do so.
Well, I'm excited for this one. It is Edric Everhart, normally a tag team wrestler, one half of the current Ryse tag team champions, but this night going a little singles. Him and Tony Johnson obviously have some history together, and we're going to get started here soon. Joey, I got to ask you, who's your pick here? Who are you looking for? Who are you looking to get the advantage here? I know Tony Johnson's been on a roll here, but Edric Everhart, a very, very good singles wrestler.
Tony Johnson has been on a roll here. He hasn't lost a singles match in 18 months. But just like Matt said, whenever he's facing up against a guy that's a champion, a previous champion, he is plateaued. If you want my opinion, I'm going with the new ugly Edric Everhart. Not only is he the current half of the tag champs here at Ryse, but he also was the former Black Diamond heavyweight champion.
And he's just an all-around solid dude.
Yeah, you would say that, Matt.
He's the solid dude.
And Matt, like you were saying earlier, you have a busy schedule. You're the Ryse Grand Champion here. I just want to personally thank you for coming out and not having me sit here with just Marcus by myself.
You are very, very welcome. See this? Just a little appreciation. That's all I ask for.
Well, we got a bell here. And as I said, Everhart and Johnson know each other very, very well. Storied rivalry as well. These guys have wrestled each other at least in this is their probably 5th state they've wrestled each other. A long history, as you know as well, Matt. You've wrestled Tony Johnson all up and down the tri-state area into the Midwest and the East Coast as well.
Just like I said before, Tony is a tremendous athlete. I'm not taking away from his talent level. I would go as far to say as he is my greatest rival as far as in-ring skills go. But when it comes to getting the job done, he chokes every time. And December 15th will be no different. It's
December 14th. You're still not good with dates, Matt.
I'm not good with dates, but I'm good with collecting championships, something that Tony Johnson's not good at all.
He has people that worry about the dates for him. He's the champ, Marcus. Don't worry about that.
I just show up and do what I do best, beat people.
Well, so far, this has been a slow start. Everhart not looking to get too physical here with Johnson early on. I mean, these guys are filling out process. They know each other very, very well. Everhart, I'd say, in the last 18 months, has gone through a physical change here, added more strength to his body. You can notice the difference in there. Tony, as you know, one of the freakishly strong athletes here at Ryse.
Deceptively strong. I've had that man pick me up dead weight from the floor and drop me on my head. It's amazing the weight the man can pick up. And by the way, Edric clearly going through a bulk phase, a lot of deadlifts, a lot of squats.
Well, he looks good. He's definitely bulked up. He's definitely got a lot more strength on the body as well.
And this slow start's not anything out of the ordinary for Edric. Edric is a slow burn competitor. He likes to, everything, all these motions are calculated, pre-planned. He knows what he's doing. He's getting in the head of his opponent.
Everhart holds on there, but Johnson just one step quicker. And that's going to be Tony Johnson's game. He's a little quicker. He's got a little more speed and athleticism. Joey, I'd ask you, for you, speed versus strength here. I know you like Everhart, but Tony Johnson is a very athletic individual as well. He's got good strength. What do you see out of a guy like Tony Johnson?
I see Tony Johnson. The speed does come into play, but I do think Everhart's strength is going to be the biggest factor in this. I mean, just look at the size of Everhart compared to Tony Johnson. Yeah, Tony Johnson has the length, he has the reach, but Everhart has the pure strength. Look at him. He's on his hands and knees. He's just easily holding him on his back like that. Not too many people can do
roll up. 2 count. No.
See, this is what I'm talking about, why Tony can't get the job done. He's doing all this pandering nonsense
Oh!
to the crowd. See,
Johnson went for, looked like a hurricane run there. Edric countered into a power bomb. Both men taking a fall there.
yeah, that's that quick thinking from Edric I'm talking about. He's always one step ahead of his opponents. And Tony's always 2 steps behind.
Everhart tried to counter and then the power bomb. It looks like his back might have went out there. He couldn't hold him up.
From all those squats.
Ooh. Big chop in the corner, and that's Tony Johnson's game. He is a big strike guy. You're going to watch those chops, those European uppercuts. He is a huge striker.
I've been on the other end of those chops. They do not feel good coming from that man.
Everhart could take it, though. Whenever I talked to him before the show, he said he's from Southside. He's a tough guy. He's handled way more than that in his day.
I mean, also, look at that chest. Bench all day. Those pecs are enormous.
Yeah, it looks like Tony Johnson here might be setting up for that ice pick kick. This might be a quick match.
Edric's got it scouted.
He's too smart.
He's got it scouted.
Edric rolling to the outside, getting a little bit of a timeout here, getting a little breather. Those chops were right in there. He is struggling here, and after that power run, like I said, his back kind of went out. He is in a bad way. Forearms and uppercuts from Johnson. And Edric is all out of sorts here, Matt.
He's reeling a little bit. I mean, like as I said, Tony, a very skilled striker, but Edric.
Now he's getting the referee involved here.
The referee just shoved him right into the ropes.
That was a blatant pratfall by Everhart.
Look, Edric is all out of sorts. He's got hit very hard multiple times. He obviously lost his footing. That's all that is. That's just part of the game. Sometimes you slip up. Sometimes you step on a banana peel.
That was clearly intentional by Everhart, but that's the opening that he needs.
Marcus.
Well, he's got the opening that he needs now, and he's in full control. And like you said, Matt, this is where Everhart really does shine, is in the slow, methodical pace.
5 minutes gone by.
That's right, Edric. You tell him what's what.
Edric in full control here, reeling back with big fists.
He has Johnson right where he wants him, just like I said.
See, look, he's reeling a little bit. He's just shaking the cobwebs off.
Everhart, I don't think has recovered since that attempted at the power bomb there, like I said. I think his back went out. He's struggling a little bit. He's moving a little slower than normal, but Everhart, a veteran of I think almost a decade now. He knows his body in there better than anyone else.
Even at 75%, Edric still got Tony's number.
Everhart's on the base. We talked about the tag team championships. Everhart and his partner Ty Cross will be taking on the main event on December 14th for those tag team titles.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah. Swing and connection. That was a home run if I've ever seen it.
Everhart hold the arm there. He hit him almost too hard. He's reeling. 2 count. No. It's going to take a lot to put a guy like Tony Johnson away, Matt. You can talk about this. You wrestled Tony Johnson in a 30-minute Iron Man match back in, I believe, June of 2018. You can talk about the endurance of this guy. He's got a gas tank like few others.
I was astounded the gas tank that Tony Johnson's got on him. 30 minutes, no pinfalls. It was the hardest match I've ever had in my life. But when you really break it down, who won in that match?
Yeah, no, it was a huge win for you.
Yeah.
It was one of the biggest wins of your Ryse career up at that point until the Ryse Grand Championship match 1 month later. It was one of the match of the year candidates. But Edric Everhart here posing.
Look at Edric. He's
Such
a stallion
specimen.
in there.
He's a specimen.
So these guys know each other so well. Everhart, they said this is his strength, this meticulous pattern, this slow pace. And Johnson really does want to quit the pace here. And Everhart just cutting him right back down, not letting Tony get moving. Everhart, I guess, taking the hair out here, doing a little styling and profiling in there.
He should be going for the pin. Tony is done. Look at him just laying on the canvas.
I tell him he's got to pin that stuff. He's got to pin that hair back tighter. It's an accident waiting to happen.
But it looks like Everhart's going for the killer shot here.
Oh,
This second rope fist. Edric has won championships
Drop
with
those
this.
nuts. Okay.
Johnson gets the foot up, and Edric is rocked.
Come on, buddy, shake it off.
Stay up. Stay up.
Referee checking on Everhart here. He is knocked out here. He is dead on his feet.
Nobody breathe too hard. Come on, buddy.
Get out of it, Edric.
Come on.
And Everhart is knocked out here. Johnson has the advantage if he can press it. Duck and roll out of the way. This is where Johnson survives here, is that speed. And he has got Edric all out of sorts here and back to those big forearm strikes.
Yeah, that's it. Edric always one step ahead.
Irish whip reverse. Edric hits the corner. Clothesline by Johnson, and this is where the momentum can swing. If Johnson can get moving here. He's got him. Big swinging backbreaker. Extra torque on that one. Right to that hurt back. Tony's got to capitalize. He's got the pin. 2. No.
Close but no cigar yet, Tony. Edric is still in this match.
See, this is the problem with Tony Johnson I'm talking about. When the moment's coming, he needs to capitalize. He always drops the ball, and that's just a great example of that.
Yeah, but he's got this match in his full control here. Edric with that back kick.
Yeah. When Edric's in the ring, no one fully has control of anything.
Went for that big cutter. He's caught. Fights out. Go behind. Johnson up to the second. Oh! He just caught him with that springboard stunner.
Come on, Edric.
2.
Yeah.
No.
Foot on the rope.
That's the ring veteran knowledge I'm talking about with Edric.
Yeah, we can talk about, as I said, a veteran of almost 10 years in the ring. Edric Everhart knows exactly where he is at all times, and Johnson is frustrated here.
What pandering Tony's doing. Focus on the match. Maybe you'll actually win one.
Well, he's got Everhart dead here. Going for that springboard kick. He got caught. Blue Thunder Bomb.
That
2. No! Matt, you talked about it. 30 minutes you have gone with this guy. You have wrestled 2 out of 3 falls, Ironman matches. Tony Johnson may be the toughest competitor today to put away.
He's resilient. He's got heart. But neither of those will
10
win
minutes,
championships.
Sunrise. 10 minutes.
And you want to talk about speed of Tony Johnson? Did you see that Blue Thunder Bomb that he just put down on him? Edric Everhart, that is, to Tony Johnson.
And this looks like Everhart setting up for that kick. He's going to do Tony's own ice pick kick. But he gets caught. No! He caught him flush. That might be it. He caught him flush.
Come on,
Kick
Edric.
out, Edric.
2,
Come on, Edric.
3, that is it.
Your winner at 11 minutes and 10 seconds, the Iceman, Tony Johnson.
Marcus, I have to give it to you on that one. I think you were right. The speed of Tony Johnson helped him win that match. I might be 0-1 in my picks right now. but I'm confident in the next pick that I'm going to have. We got my boy coming up.
Well, we got
Jordan Styles.
We got plenty of action coming up. Matt Conard, I want to thank you for joining us. Got a little scouting report, but it's going to be December 14th. The Grand Championship will be on the rise, on the line. You got another match with Keith Haught here tonight, non-title. This match is going to happen with Tony Johnson, whether you want to have it or not.
What are you looking at? Yeah, I'll see you December 14th when you choke again.
Tell him, Matt.
Thanks for having me. It's been a real thrill.
You go ahead and prep for your match. Matt Conard and Keith Haught still to come tonight. We got plenty coming up, but right now we kick off the show with Tony Johnson, the victor.
Hold on. Cut the music.
Oh, geez, what are we doing here?
Whenever the great Alexander is about to come out, Christy K, all you need to do is sit down and shut your mouth.
Oh, geez, come on.
If you don't know who I am by now, I am the personal presenter of the great Alexander. My name is Joseph Salvatore Sinceri, the new voice of Ryse Wrestling, the master of ceremonies, and obviously the epitome of fashion.
He is wearing a suit.
I'll pause another second, give you guys some time to admire. And people of Lemont Furnace, I want you to take a good look at this, because this is what being well dressed looks like. They are nice, Ralph Lauren. But newsflash, you know what isn't? Steel-toed boots that you're wearing, your Dickies work pants, and your dirty work shirts. That's not in style, that's just being low class. And for you, Peyton Graham, I know you're listening in the back. You're already 0-1 against the great Alexander. So what do you think is gonna happen when we add Jordan Styles to the mix? I'll tell you what, it's gonna be 0-2. And I don't know who this mystery partner is of yours, but you better hope that the roof comes off of this building, the clouds separate, and God himself comes down to team with you, because other than that, Peyton, you don't got a shot. But without a further ado, I give you the debut of the great Success.
Oh, that was a whole lot. That was a lot, ladies and gentlemen, as my broadcast partner, Joseph Sincere, has just irritated us for about a minute and a half. But this tag team right here is a new and improved tag team. This is a debut.
Being accompanied to the ring by their insurance policy, Mr. G, and their wealth money manager, Ronnie Stark. First, you have the two-time Emmy Award winner that Brandon K banned them from being at ringside. He is simply better. The successful Saint, Jordan Styles. And finally, my boy, hailing from Beverly Hills, California, he stands 6 foot tall, weighing 161 1/2 pounds. He is the can't miss, must kiss, hot stuff, can't get enough, gold standard tough. The sensational millionaire playboy, the 19-year-old shining diamond. He is the great Alexander.
Well, that was a ring induction that we're going to have to sit through many times. But great Alexander and Jordan Styles, first-time tag team here tonight. Do you feel proud of yourself, Joey? Do you feel proud of yourself here?
I feel great now. I think I needed that. That's the last time, if the great Alexander is coming out, whoever's in that ring, Red Watson, Christy K, shut your mouth,
And
let me do
next
my job.
to the ring, weighing in at 240 pounds, the Destroyer, Payton Graham.
Well, your boys have a big test. And a former best friend of mine, I don't know, I guess we're still friends. This is Peyton Graham, one of the best tag team wrestlers that Pittsburgh has ever seen. And you know, the Great Alexander and Peyton Graham, they do have a little bit of history. Hey, look, I didn't do it. Don't look at me.
I'll have Mr. G knock his face out again.
Oh, well, Peyton Graham's got something to say.
Let's see what he's got.
We'll find out who his tag team partner is here. It's been a mystery. Could be anyone. Could even be me.
Alex, I looked for a partner that knows you and has a victory over you at the Springdale show. So I'm going to bring out Tad Jarvis. Tej, come on out, man. Bring your friends.
Whoa!
Tad Jarvis picked up a lucky win against him at the Springdale
You're
show.
already making excuses.
He was pulling his hair. Tad Jarvis is a cheater.
This is a big move from Peyton Graham. This is a smart move from Peyton Graham. Bring out a person that your boy, the Great Alexander, knows really, really well. Training partners at times. This is a man who beat him recently. Tad Jarvis is a young, up-and-coming wrestler, and Peyton Graham.
All Tad Jarvis is a millennial punk.
Tad Jarvis, as I said, he picked up a victory over Great Alexander at our Springdale show. And he's getting a little live streaming in here, too. This is a bold call from Peyton Graham. I was unsure of who he would pick. He could have his pick of anyone as a tag team partner. And the fact that he's picked Tad Jarvis says a lot about this young kid.
It'll be an interesting matchup. Yes, Tej has the victory against the Great Alexander, but don't forget the Great Alexander beat Peyton Graham fair and square already as well too.
Well, fair and square is neither here nor there because there was a gold watch involved or something. Let's not go here and there. I will say this, as far as someone who knows Peyton Graham very, very well, as I said, I don't know if there's a better tag team wrestler in the tri-state area than Peyton Graham. You find a wrestling company in Pennsylvania, Ohio, West Virginia. We can go up and down the board. Peyton Graham has been a tag team champion in that. He is a former 3-time Black Diamond tag team champion. I managed him to those 3 victories. No one in the history of that company has ever held the titles more times than Peyton Graham, and the longest reign in company history as well. So Peyton Graham, one of the best tag team wrestlers you're going to find. I'm not sure about Tad Jarvis and his tag experience here, but when it comes to Peyton Graham, he is a phenomenal, we'll say fantastic, tag team wrestler. Now, we got to talk about Jordan Styles and the Great Alexander here. I mean, you're with them every day. You're at training. You know, how's the relationship been? Have they been able to build a cohesive tag team relationship?
Yes, they have been able to build a cohesive tag team relationship. I'm there with them all the time. We're talking, going through stuff. They even got a wonderful name, The Great Success. What is the tag team of Peyton Graham and Tej? The Millennial Dirtbags?
Wow, that's a little rough. And Jordan Styles already taking shots here. Fists flying. And load him up. Double elbow, flip, flop, and fly. Peyton and Graham and Tad Jarvis already on the same page here. You got to be a little worried here, Joey. You got to be worried.
My boys will come through. They always do. We got the money manager, Ronnie Starks, ringside. The personal insurance policy, Mr. G.
What does the G stand for?
It's none of your concern.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's what I thought you were going to say. That's fine. Now, your boys are starting a little slow. They're trying to... We got a bell? We got a bell.
Now we're ready to go. See, your boy and Tej are already cheating. The match
they're not cheating.
And they're throwing punches.
Wow. Great.
Maybe that's how Peyton won all those titles in all those different states.
Well, I'm not going to say I wasn't involved. All right. Starting out here, Tad Jarvis and the Great Alexander. And Alexander getting caught up here. Oh. Looks like he's stuck in a little knot here.
He's trying to embarrass the great Alexander, which
He's
is
doing a
not
good job
right.
of it.
It's not right. He has to show a little bit more respect for him.
Well, this is only, what, the great Alexander's fourth professional match? Third year?
Third, yes. Correct. You're correct.
So why does he
But
deserve
that's-
respect over a
that's
guy?
Three
like
more than Tej.
All right. Peyton Graham is a 10-year veteran of this industry, and one of, like I said, one of the greatest tag team wrestlers in the tri-state area history. And you're not showing him any respect out here.
He is an 11-year vet. He's the gatekeeper. He's a chaotic brawler. He is one of the most decorated tag team athletes of all time. But I don't know how much he stands up towards Jordan Styles and the great Alexander. I think he's met his match. Peyton Graham, that is.
Well, Styles having trouble getting in the ring here as Peyton Graham keeps knocking him off the apron, keeping Styles off balance here, and that's what Peyton Graham can do so well. That's the veteran instincts that he has. He can keep people off their game, and Jordan Styles not used to being thrown off his game. Big right hand from Styles there. Oh!
That one's going to hurt.
And right to the headlock. Styles is all out of sort. You guys, like I said, I know the great Alexander and Jordan Styles trained together. They work together. I don't know if Tej and Peyton Graham have been doing that, but so far they have been on the same page completely. Double back elbow.
They are meshing pretty well together, Marcus. They're looking good.
Jarvis up. Clothesline into Styles, and Styles is thrown out, all out of sort here. Like I said, he is not used to any sort of... Oh!
There we go. That's tag team wrestling for you right there. Alexander got his teammates back, Jordan Styles.
And Alexander here now measuring Tad Jarvis. You know, you guys didn't know that Tad Jarvis is going to be out here, but for the great Alexander, it's got to be... good for him. He wants to alleviate that loss. It's a dark spot on his record against Tad Jarvis, and he's gonna have a little, I guess, maybe extra motivation to get that loss off his record. Show everyone that it was kind of a fluke, I would say.
I think you're correct on that one, Marcus. He's been waiting for this moment. He didn't know that Tej was going to be his tag team partner, but I bet something inside of him, it lit a fire inside of Alexander. He's ready to go, and he's ready to win this. The Great Awakening, the 3 swinging neck breakers right here, he calls it.
Yeah, and he got that flush on the third one. Alexander to the pin, cover, 2, kick out. No body on body contact there. He did hook the leg, but didn't get any of the weight on the shoulders there, and Tad Jarvis able to kick out. Tags into Styles. Styles, this is the first time he has run up against Tad Jarvis or Peyton Graham. You know these guys better than anyone else. What's Jordan Styles getting his nose in this business?
Jordan Styles had a run-in with the great Alexander, the other Ryse show that we were at. Mm-hmm. They got to talking. They thought, hey, you're the successful Saint. I'm the great Alexander. We should come together and let's start a formidable team. That's why it's me, Mr. G, Ronnie Starks, Jordan Styles. He's like a fan. He's like a cousin. He's a cousin.
Look, we haven't even talked about Ronnie Starks on the outside. I've known Ronnie Starks, for 8-9 years now. Ronnie Starks is a great managerial mind.
Wonderful.
He's been searching for new clients, someone to find, and runs into the great Alexander here. I'm not sure if you know how that relationship built between Ronnie Starks and the great Alexander.
Ronnie Starks, like you said, he was looking for somebody to follow with, so why not get the guy with the most potential in pro wrestling right now? 19-year-old shining diamond, the great Alexander. Ronnie Starks fell into a wonderful situation by getting him. Those two together, Mr. G is the insurance policy.
Cover here, 2. Kick out. Peyton Graham looking to break that up. Sorry, go ahead and finish your statement there.
Those three together,
5 minutes
plus
gone
me,
by. 5
it's looking like
minutes.
we're the hottest faction in pro wrestling right now.
I got to say, right now, Alexander in charge here. Great tag team wrestling. I will say this, they're young. Great Alexander still in his first year. Jordan Styles just entering his second year in professional wrestling. But this is textbook tag team wrestling. Keeping the Tad Jarvis in the corner, cutting the ring in half. Ladies, the time that they've put into the gym, the time they put into training with each other has very much paid off.
It has.
Look at this. Suplex into a double arm suplex. Cover 2. Tad kicking out. Peyton's going to break
as a
that up.
tag team, but it looks like they've been a team for 10 plus years. When they win this match against Peyton Graham and Tej, I feel like they should demand a title shot against Systemed Elite for the Ryse Tag Team Championships.
That feels like a stretch, I will say that. As former head of talent relations, I don't know if one tag team win gets you a tag team title shot, but who knows who's running things anymore. Great Alexander taking control of Tej. Said this is big for him to, get that loss off his record books. Make sure that it wasn't a fluke. But Tad Jarvis has been fighting back, trying to make this tag. He does.
Get him out of there, Alexander. Get him out of there.
Wait a minute. The referee didn't see that tag. Referee's back was turned with Jordan Styles. He didn't see the tag.
See the tag.
There was a clear tag there. Referee can only call what he sees, though. And now Tej is all out of sorts. He is in the wrong part of town. And Peyton trying to get his partner
Tej should worry about being off of his cell phone, and maybe he would have made that tag. That's what's wrong with kids these days. Whenever I was growing up, we would take them out back and beat kids up like Tej.
I think your boy, the Great Alexander, is younger than Tej, I think. So when you talk about kids these days.
Marcus, don't worry about it.
Well, Tad Jarvis fighting back here. Big enziguri. But Tad is so far away from the partner here. He is dragging himself. He's got to make this tag. Could change the entire complexion of this match if he can reach out and make that tag, but Styles stops him.
Jordan Styles has too much ring awareness.
Wait a minute. Falls through. Tag is made, and Peyton Graham is here to clean house. There might be nobody better in professional wrestling when it comes to cleaning house like Peyton Graham. Size, speed, strength. He is moving in there. Big clothesline. Styles is out of sorts. Cover. 2. Only. Styles rolls the shoulder. Peyton Graham frustrated.
He's going to need a lot more than that to take out Jordan Styles. Just one elbow drop from Peyton Graham is not going to finish Jordan Styles off. He's too tough for that.
Well, then Tej and Alexander, and now Mr. G's getting involved. And Ronnie Stark's stopping Mr. G from hitting him. That would be a disqualification. From behind, Peyton Graham just got low blowed. Styles has rolled him up.
Referee, turn around. Referee, check the pinfall.
Wait a minute, Peyton's rolled up. Styles has got the tights.
3.
Unbelievable.
Another win for the Great Alexander. Thank you, Peyton Graham.
I can't believe that.
And your winner by pinfall at 8 minutes 48 seconds, Jordan Styles and the Great Alexander.
Well, Jordan Styles finds a way to steal one with a low blow to Peyton Graham. Roll up, look at the tights, hook or crook or everything involved. Talk about a crook, Ronnie Starks is excited. This was a big win, I will say. You gotta give them credit. They found a way to win. The celebration goes on. Champagne.
They're my boys. Ronnie Starks is an absolute mastermind. He's the George Steinbrenner of professional wrestling.
Well, Peyton Graham took one as a low blow there. I will say that this isn't over. We know at the Uprise Anniversary show, Peyton Graham and the Great Alexander are looking to go one-on-one. But it looks like Peyton Graham is going to look for a little bit of revenge at our Uprise Anniversary show.
I don't know what these two are doing, raising their hands like they won something. Peyton Graham 0-2. The next Uprise show, you said he's going up against the Great Alexander.
That will be the match.
0-3.
First to the ring, hailing from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and weighing in at 205 pounds, the Bayou Scarecrow, Christian Noir.
Christian Noir making his way to ringside, but we are joined by a very special guest. The first ever Ryse Grand Champion, the Apex of Combat, Tyga Style. You got any other monikers we want to get in?
No.
Lee Moriarty is here, guys, to
right.
offer some insight with myself and Joey here. And Lee, this is a competitor that you know very well in Christian Noir. You guys have had some epic battles yourself, but tonight he's got a test of himself with the upstart Ziggy Haim.
Yeah, he's going to have his hands full with Ziggy Haim tonight.
Next to
excited for this
ring,
match.
being escorted by Lorena Barton, hailing from Las Vegas, Nevada, the Earth Oddity, Ziggy Haim.
Ziggy Haim has been transitioned herself recently, tried to reinvigorate herself, find a new identity, and since that moment, Ziggy has become she calls herself the Earth Oddity, and she has become an oddity as she has become one of the top intergender wrestlers here in Pennsylvania. And Lee, I gotta say, you have brushed past with Ziggy a few times, but never in a one-on-one match. I'm afraid. Is that right?
That is correct. Ziggy Haim and I have been in a few matches, but never any singles competition. We are, however, an undefeated tag team in Lucha Adorable.
So I got to say here, Ziggy Haim, we know she's tough as nails. She is a competitor. But Lee, I got to ask you, what's if you're Ziggy, she's going up against Christian Noir the first time in her life. This guy is a different animal. How do you prepare for someone like Christian Noir?
You can't really prepare for Noir. Ziggy has something a lot of wrestlers they don't have in the beginning of their career. She knows how to fight from the ground up. A lot of people have to develop that. She's had that from day one, and she's going to need that tonight against Noir.
Ziggy trying to go for that roll up real quick. 2 and no. Ziggy going for the head scissors. Big satellite head scissors.
Made me dizzy.
And like you said, Ziggy has something that a lot of people don't have. She is a fighter. She is not to use the cliche all the time, not the size of the dog, but she has a big heart too.
Nice Meteora.
She is a tough competitor in there. And Christian Noir, this is what he likes. He likes facing a tough competitor.
Christian Noir is going to crush Ziggy Haim's dream. She wants to be the first grand champion of the women's division. After tonight against Christian Noir, I think she's going to have to reevaluate her goals.
Going for that punt kick, and face first right into the apron. And she is out of sorts here. That is a hard shot, as you know, Lee.
Yeah, that was a rough landing, and Ziggy's going to have to watch for those ribs she had recently injured. It seems like she's 100% tonight, but a bump like that can set her right back.
Absolutely, and Noir takes control. Joey's good point. Ziggy's made a point to say that she wants to be the first female Ryse Grand Champion. And Noir going right to the choke. Lee, you were the first ever Ryse Grand Champion. What's it take to go up the division and to achieve something like that?
It's a challenge. There's a lot of obstacles that come with being the first Grand Champion because the competition is at a much higher level here than pretty much anywhere else. You have to compete, you have to fight, you have to be ready for anything and anyone, including someone like Christian Noir.
Noir, he makes a point a lot, as you said, Joe. He likes to crush dreams. He likes to ruin things, looking to ruin any of Ziggy's momentum that she's been gaining since this transition. But I said Noir is a different type of athlete. He's quicker than he looks. He's got a lot of speed, as you would know, Lee. Has a little bit of a lucha base as well.
Yeah, Noir is a very well-rounded competitor, but you wouldn't know it because he focuses so much on intimidating and putting fear in his opponents.
Ooh.
Like a lot of his Grindhouse members, he doesn't always care about winning. He cares about hurting his opponent and just winning mentally.
Yeah, he is a mental warrior, Lee. You've gone through battles with Noir before. You know, you can't go in there without changing a little bit. And I think, Ziggy has said she wants to put herself through these types of wars, through these types of battles, test herself, in fire.
Oh, nice evasion.
Ziggy kicking the leg out there, and Noir is trapped. Double drop kick to the back.
Well done.
So, Marcus, we're halfway through this match. We've been doing our picks all night.
Cover.
How do you know we're halfway through?
We're into this match, Lee. Don't get me started on you, Moriarty.
This match can go 30 minutes. You don't know.
Well, it can only go 20. It's a 20-minute timer.
Yes.
Okay.
Did you not listen to what Christine King
You
said?
thought we were halfway through. You shut up.
Ziggy going for that running bulldog. Noir's got her caught. Look out! Oh!
But before I was interrupted by Lee, Marcus, who are you taking in this match after what we have seen so far?
Well, I hate making calls like that. Christian Noir is a tough competitor. Ziggy, you never want to doubt her. You never want to doubt her abilities. She is a tough competitor. And Lee, you can speak to this as well. Ziggy is said she fights from the bottom a lot in her life. What's for someone like you, when you're down, when you're out, when you're on the mat and you're hurting, talk about the test of fortitude it takes to fight back, to not just let that pinfall happen.
It takes a lot, but Ziggy's not just fighting for herself. She's fighting for a lot of people that were told the same thing she was early in her career. Even just her life. She was always told she wasn't going to be enough. She fought through that, and she's here tonight. And I think she has some sort of advantage over Noir, because Noir has a bit of a distraction in his mind.
Cover here. 2 count only. Go ahead.
Noir has a bit of a distraction in his mind with the return of the Honey Badger recently, and I think maybe he's not 100% focused on this match.
Yeah, we saw for months there, Christian Noir haunted by someone in the building. It turned out to be the returning Honey Badger. Noir going maybe for a power driver here. Trying to get Ziggy up, blocked by Haim.
Well, since both of you are afraid to make your picks, I'll just give you mine. I'm going with Christian Noir. And Lee, if you think Ziggy Haim is going to win this match...
You just said I didn't make a pick, though.
You are stupider than you look.
Ziggy is fired up here. And this is a bit one of Ziggy's best games here, which is that rapid fire offense with those strikes. Cover 2. Noir kicking out, and this is sometimes what Ziggy goes through. And
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
She can get frustrated, but one of the issues is Ziggy is a smaller person, harder to get that body-on-body contact for those pinfalls to keep people down. She uses a lot of leverage pins to try and get victories because of that.
That's right. Even her finishing maneuver in Illuminati Confirmed is a move that actually transitions directly into a pinfall.
Absolutely, she needs that type of stuff. But going for that bulldog again. She get him. Oh, big springboard bulldog. Turn him over. Cover. 2 only. Noir kicked out, and Ziggy is a little frustrated. Lee, I gotta ask you about this. Those moments where you think you got someone, what's it take to refocus yourself whenever they kick out?
It's tough. You throw everything you have at them, and they keep kicking out. And when you train, you prepare for these moments, but it's nothing like being in the ring. Your emotions get the best of you. Sometimes you can't control them, and you do get frustrated, even though you try not to let that happen.
Yeah, Lee Moriarty, one of the most zen wrestlers. I would say neither about Ziggy, Haim, or Christian Noir. Probably the least zen competitors we have here at Ryse. Ziggy trying to mount some momentum here.
Going for that springboard Meteora again.
Yeah, she looks like she might have slipped on that rope. Lucha pass. Up!
Samoan. Oh!
Big Samoan, and like you talked about, Lee, she has those bruised ribs. That could be it right there. 2. And finds a way to kick out. And I'm not sure if that was a full kick out. She rolled the shoulder. It looks like Noir is just exhausted. Ziggy Haim has taken it to Noir.
Yeah, he's been getting rocked in this match. A lot of those drop kicks in the chest. I think he's a little hurt, but he's not going to show it.
Might be going for that power driver again, trying to get Ziggy up. She's fighting. This could be big. He's kind of trying to get this. It looks like, I don't know if it's a power driver or power bomb, but headbutt to the gut. Ducks the kick. Ziggy's got him.
Here we go.
She's hooked. Roll through.
Oh,
big cover. 3, and that is it.
Well done.
That was a good match. I might have gotten another one wrong tonight, but I haven't picked 2 wrong in a row yet tonight. I'm confident in my next match, and I'm going to get that next one right.
Ziggy
Your
Haim.
winner by pinfall at 8 minutes 4 seconds, the Earth Oddity, Ziggy Haim.
Ziggy Haim is trying to build herself up in this division, trying to reach the top, and this is one of the best ways to do it, taking out Christian Noir. Lee Moriarty, I gotta thank you for joining us on commentary here. Any final thoughts that you got on the victory of Ziggy Haim?
It's a very big win for Ziggy Haim, getting back on track. I think we're going to see big things, and I do believe Ziggy Haim is a future Ryse Grand Champion.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. We got plenty of action still to come, including our Ryse Grand Champion, Matt Conard versus Keith High, later tonight.
Thanks, Lee. Always good to be with you, man.
Shut up, Joey.
First to the ring, weighing in at 225 pounds, the American attraction, MV Young.
Well, we got more tag team action here as MV Young is making his way to the ring, and it seems like MV looks like he forgot something. What's he got here?
Looks like the gavel.
Where's he going? I mean, he was supposed to be heading towards the ring. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Lawless and flawless, baby.
And now to the ring, weighing in at 235 pounds, his tag team partner, the Gavel, David Lawless, together making up the Young and the Lawless.
Well, MV Young told me earlier that as his time in New York, he's been, he used the phrase, he's been a naughty young boy, and he needed a new lawyer to watch his back. And here he has gotten one of the best lawyers / professional wrestlers we've ever seen in the Gavel, David Lawless. This is a first-time tag team of these two, but both veterans of tag team wrestling, both know how to wrestle as a tag team. I'm very interested to see how they gel tonight.
I do think this is going to be a formidable team. MV Young is somebody I could get behind. A barroom fighter out of Brooklyn, New York the past 3 years. He's a dirty fighter. He knows what he has to do to get the win. And why not have somebody like David Lawless on his side? If he gets into trouble, he could just get him out of it. He's a lawyer.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you put a lawyer on retainer, but it's the first time I ever heard of a wrestler putting another wrestler on retainer.
Now to the ring, being escorted by Jamie Basinger with a combined height of 12 feet, 10 meters, the metahuman Duke Davis and All-Star Gannon Jones as the main event.
Well, now it is time for the main event. One of the country's best tag teams around.
Duke Davis, Gannon, they only have one loss on their record in nearly 3 years in the history of Ryse. They are one of the best tag teams to ever come into the theater.
They certainly are. This is a tag team that has made their way to Canada, made their way to New York City, up and down the East Coast. The main event is a main attraction wherever they go. Oftentimes I'll say it's what happens when a Hall of Fame quarterback in Aaron Rodgers gets a wide receiver like Randy Moss. This is what these guys are. They are high-octane athletes. There is no tag team, in my opinion, better than the main event. You talk about their win-loss record, Joey. It is historic. I don't know if any tag team could ever do what these guys did here at Ryse Wrestling, and that is a nearly 3 years with one loss on their record books.
You want to know one team that is on their way to beating that record?
Oh, I'm sure you're going to tell me.
The Great Success. Jordan Styles and the Great Alexander. They're undefeated in Ryse Tag Team Wrestling history.
Yeah, I would not put them up against the main event quite yet, but we will see as MV Young and Lawless, first-time tag team. That's always a struggle when you got a tag team like the main event. These guys make their living as a tag team up and down the East Coast, as I said, all the way up into Toronto, Canada, all the way down to Florida. These guys know tag team wrestling. They travel together, they live together, they breathe together, they train together. This is what they do in tag team wrestling, and it is very, very hard to break a tag team when they're on that type of the same page.
Yes, they're an awesome tag team. I was talking to Duke and I was talking to Gannon before. Duke sometimes gets in his own head. He goes off the rails. Gannon has to set him straight. We'll see if that comes back to bite him in the butt tonight in this match. One thing you talk about them being super athletes, the main event that is, David Lawless is the smartest and one of the most athletic wrestlers that we have here in Ryse Wrestling. So don't forget that whenever you're matching these two up against each other.
Take nothing away from David Lawless, who has been a regular contender for the Ryse Grand Championship in his career here, and MV Young, who is the fans definitely behind TMA. I was going to say MV Young, who is returning to Pittsburgh action. Spent a lot of time here, grew up here, and then went to New York to cultivate his craft. But Duke Davis and David Lawless locking up, and that's not the best strategy with Duke Davis. As we see the peaks
Lawless
of the metahuman.
is just feeling him out. He's just feeling him out right now.
Yeah, and this feeling out process is always important. And Duke Davis, as I've talked about before, when you see Duke Davis, he is trimmed down recently. He's gotten more speed, but has not sacrificed the power advantage that he's always had.
He's looking pretty lean. I agree with you in that. But David Lawless is an absolute monster.
Now Lawless now looks like showing off his peaks, looking for the old knuckle lock. Test of strength. I'm not sure if that's the wisest strategy with the meta-human. There's a reason they use the name the meta-human.
Trust me, David Lawless is never unsure about anything that he does.
Well, you're not wrong with that. David Lawless is a lawyer. He's one of the smartest wrestlers I've ever seen. He finds ways to win matches, and he lured Duke Davis in for the headlock.
I told you. He knows what he's doing in there, and you're talking about winning in the ring. If he doesn't win in the ring, he's going to win in the courtroom.
Back elbow lured Duke Davis in. Ducking a move. Lawless is caught. Big slam by the meta-human. And Lawless is all out of sorts.
He's regrouping. MV's tagging in. This is where the barroom brawler is going to come in and tear up the main event.
Tag to Gannon Jones Jr. And as I said, MV Young made it right. He is a barroom brawler. This is how he's an unorthodox fighter. Gannon Jones Jr. is more of a traditional athlete, but he breaks traditions for a big man. He's got a lot of speed, high-flying ability. You see sometimes that top rope moonsault that Gannon Jones Jr. can pull out. But one of the weaknesses, I'd say, of the main event is guys like MV Young, who are unorthodox, who are different. And as you see already, go behind MV, using those elbows, trying to shake Gannon Jones Jr. loose. Come through, big turn, spin. And a suplex by Jones Jr. As I said, TME, when you look at them, it's all about size, but technique, speed, athleticism, these guys have it all. Jones in control, headbutt to the corner, Lawless shaken up here. And like I said, this is tag team continuity. This is what the main event does so well. Jones got it, pulling him out of the corner, taking control. This is where the main event can do damage, is when they take control, cut the ring off. And like I asked you, Joey, you know, if you're managing, if you're out there talking to Lawless, you're talking to MV Young, how do you break the momentum of two guys like the main event?
To break the momentum, I would piggyback off of what you were saying earlier in the matches with Tony Johnson, Ziggy Haim, using the speed over the power of the most athletic competitor, David Lawless, and MV Young. They're going to have to use some speed to get ahead of these two, Gannon and Duke Davis.
Gannon Jones Jr. might be a little insulted that you called David Lawless more athletic than him. He is one of the most athletic wrestlers here at Ryse. David Lawless, true to his form, very, very athletic. We've seen him do with those step-up Hurricane Ranas. He finds ways to surprise you. He has a lot of tools in the bag, a lot of tricks and trade. Duke Davis in full control. Tag is made. Snapmare over. And MV off the apron, and that referee of the 3 count. Oh, double stomp to the back by MV Young.
So smart.
And now Davis taking control of MV Young with those big forearms, and this is broken down. Main event with a double whip. Hold on. And low bridge. Lured them in.
The Young and Lawless with an awesome maneuver to get out of the way of that.
Where's MV Young going? Up and over. Big punt kick to Gannon Jones Jr. Super kick to Duke Davis. MV Young using those barroom strikes to his advantage. And now we are brawling in the crowd.
This is exactly what MV Young wants. It's a breakdown, get into the crowd. This is where he thrives. Fighting. That is what he does.
Absolutely. I've seen MV Young battle in barroom brawls all over New York. And he doesn't even need a ring. He'll just fight to make a living. This is how this guy makes money when he, lives in Brooklyn, New York. That's not a cheap neighborhood. This is how he makes money, is by beating up people.
A lot of them.
Absolutely. He calls himself the American Attraction, and MV Young is an arrogant guy, but he backs it up. He's a brutal fighter. And now Jones shot in, and that back elbow right on the button.
The Young and Lawless are getting in control of this match now, just as I expected.
MV Young pulling Gannon Jones Jr. back over to his corner.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
Smart strategy. The problem with the main event when you're trying to cut the ring off in half is they're so tall they can reach each other from almost anywhere in that ring. It is so hard to cut off the ring with these two, as two of the tallest wrestlers that you're going to find. But MV finding a way.
How can you not grab the hair? Look at how long that is on Duke Davis.
Well, you shouldn't grab the hair because it's against the rules.
He was going for his shirt.
He's been warned.
He was going for his shirt, and his hair got in the way.
Lawless. Back over. Kurt Hennig neck snap. And Lawless is rolling here, taking
Genius
Davis off the apron, and now having a fight with the referee. As MV Young's getting his shots in. And choking Gannon Jones Jr. on the ropes.
This is where I was saying earlier, Duke Davis going off the rails. It might come back to bite him in the butt for this team. I think the Young and the Lawless have him right where they want him.
Big neck breaker by David Lawless. He calls himself the barrister of the neck breaker.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Marcus.
Big leg drop. You ever seen a lawyer do a leg drop like that?
Beautiful.
Two only. Lawless in full control, but as you said, this is Duke Davis not doing any favors to his partner. He's getting frustrated, but Duke hates being on that apron. He wants to be in the action. And I said they're so tall, it's so hard to get
What is
Gannon
their
Jones
combined
Jr.
height? 12 foot?
Oh, yeah.
12 foot 5?
Something like that. They're well over 12 feet, almost 13 feet in height. There's so much length there. But MV going for a suplex. Got him over. That's shocking.
They're not that big. MV doesn't care.
MV doesn't care about much except himself and his Twitter followers. Cover. Kick out by Gannon Jones Jr. And this is quintessential tag team wrestling from Lawless and MV Young, keeping Gannon Jones Jr., but he just spit in Duke Davis's face. And now that referee, how is he holding Duke Davis back? And now Lawless and MV taking advantage. Duke Davis doesn't want to fine is the only reason that he's going back in that corner.
That's good that the referee's controlling this match, keeping Duke Davis in the corner when he's not supposed to be in there.
Yeah, trying to keep Lawless now in the corner. Oh, tag is made again. MV Young taking control. And now referee's got to a 4 count there, almost risking disqualification by MV Young. I don't think he cares.
He got into 5, might as well go all the way up to 4.
He is they said he is a barroom brawler. He doesn't really care much about the rules or the regulations. He just likes to fight and make money. And, cover. Gannon's in the ropes there. That length coming to advantage. Jones has got to find a way to tag Duke. Duke is just seething on the corner as Lawless and Young has just taken advantage here. And I got to say, I'm kind of shocked. They have formed a very, very great tag team.
Cornering their opponent. It's like they've been tagging for years.
Oh.
Young and the Lawless. Watch out for them. One of the most formidable tag teams tonight. First night. It's a good night for first night tag teams, right?
He's choking Gannon Jones Jr. with his own hair.
Wouldn't you agree with that, though, Marcus?
Well, so far we have seen a first night tag team get the victory. So far that has been the advantage, but those teams didn't face the main event. As I said, this tag team, a veteran tag team here at Ryse, 3 years, 1 loss. That loss in the tag team championship tournament finals, the System Elite. It took a steel chair to pin them. MV Young trying to use the drop kick.
10 minutes.
And now Lawless taking control, trying to get Gannon Jones Jr. out of those ropes. Now Lawless going for the second rope. I don't know what he's going for.
He's not going up there for the view.
Oh, that leg drop! Could not get it. Jones rolls out of the way and is now looking to get over to Duke Davis. Lawless holding the back of his legs, not his best feature there. Tag made to Duke. And Duke Davis just speared David Lawless. Davis is rolling up. Big power slam. When Davis is rolling, a few that are quite like him, but MV with the reversal. 2 feet. Big kick to the back. Backstabber by Young.
There we go, MV. And again, going back to Duke Davis, worrying too much about the crowd. MV just got kicked in the face.
Big kick. Gannon Jones Jr. rolling here.
MV Young setting up for a big move, playing to the crowd, calling a shot. And Duke Davis with a slam.
Roll through knee strike by
Gannon
Jones.
Throwing him out of the pin.
Wait a minute, I don't know what Jones has planned here. Hooks him up. Gannon ball. I haven't seen him hit that in quite a while. Whoa!
2 count, very close.
Big kick out by Young. I am shocked at that. And now Lawless flies through with that diving ace crusher. but taking too much time to jab. And now Duke Davis has made the tag. Got Lawless by the throat. Got him goozled. Main event both have him. It goes to the eyes.
MV Young is ascending to the top.
Big double drop kick. MV showing off that athleticism, and they are in full control. Davis gets the boot up, and Lawless ate that one. Uh-oh. Look out. No!
The barrister of the neck breaker hitting another.
Super kick. German. Cover. 2. Kick out by Davis. Unbelievable. I thought MV and Lawless found a way to beat them. And now Lawless and MV trying to find a way to keep Duke Davis down. Look out. Runs into it with that big knee. Davis sends MV over the top, right to Gannon Jones Jr. and into a set of chairs on the wall. Look out. Lawless is caught. Big shot. Cover. 2, 3.
If Gannon wouldn't have thrown MV into those chairs.
And your winner by pinfall at 14 minutes and 16 seconds, the metahuman Duke Davis and your all-star Gannon Jones Jr., the main event.
If Gannon wouldn't have sent him into those chairs, I was saying it would have been a different story, Marcus. Let's face it.
I don't know about that. You talk about different stories. The main event trying to write their own story back to the top, and those tag team championships. 3 years, only 1 loss on the record. They continue to pile up victories. The main event gets a big win here at the Inclusion Revolution. And I am, I gotta say, Joey, I am impressed. The main event looks to be firing on all cylinders.
They do look great. They only have 1 loss in 3 years. I gotta give it to them. They're an awesome tag team. The main event looks awesome. Duke Davis, Gannon Jones Jr., they are a force to be reckoned with, especially here in Ryse Wrestling.
Absolutely. They're heading towards the anniversary show and some tag team titles. They're looking to get gold. But a big win and a test for the main event as they head towards the Ryse 3rd anniversary show.
With a combined weight of 610 pounds, Crosshairs Kelly and Pat the Bruiser, they are Warhorse.
Second half of action here at the Inclusion Revolution, and we are kicking it off with tag team action. The team of Pat the Bruiser, Crosshairs Cully, they are Warhorse, Marcus Mann and Joey Sinceri. We are joined by another special guest for this match, the Uprise undefeated wrestler, the successful Saint, Jordan Styles.
Oh yes, that is two-time Emmy winner, successful Saint Jordan Styles. Simply better. Marcus, let me hear you say, Crosshairs! Bruiser! Let me hear you say it, because these two are a dominant tag team from Uprise. I guarantee you they're coming up on the Uprise anniversary.
And their opponents. With a combined weight of 320 pounds, the Mathlete Lewis the Nerd and the Keystone Soldier Drake Braddock, they are military intelligence.
Well, you talk about about Warhorse, they are a tag team that has been on the Uprise roster. They have been a dominant tag team on the Uprise roster. But Lewis the Nerd and Drake Braddock have been a very formal tag team on our Ryse roster, having a couple big tag team titles matches, falling a little bit short in those matches, but getting closer and closer to that inevitable win that they've been searching for, those tag team titles. This is a David and Goliath matchup. Joey, you've been making picks all night. I think I feel I know where you're gonna go on this one. Experience versus size here. Where are you going, Warhorse, or are you going for military intelligence?
I think this is a pretty easy pick for me. I haven't been that good tonight picking these matches. One that I got right is all the accolades that you were saying about this man, Jordan Styles. One thing that you're forgetting, he's a future Ryse Tag Team Champion, the great success. But back to my pick. I don't think wannabe Colonel Guile and Poindexter Nerd have a chance against Pat the Bruiser and Crosshairs Kelly. Warhorse is going to run through military intelligence.
Now, Jordan, you have been watching Warhorse on the Uprise roster. You watched their evolution. You watched them come up. You know, you guys, successful tag team debut tonight. You and Alexander, how do you strategize for a team like Warhorse?
Yeah, the short answer is you don't. Bruiser and Crosshairs are just a dominant force. There is just something you can't handle them. Like when you think you have a chance to go up all over top of them, they take you down. When you think you have the upper hand on them, they knock you down. I just don't understand how Lewis or Drake Braddock, as good as they are as a tag team on the Ryse roster, I don't see them overcoming this force.
Well, Drake Braddock showing some flexibility. Now Lewis, no, not as flexible, not nearly as flexible.
Not a smart move. You do not want to taunt these guys. Warhorse will destroy you.
All right, we got a bell here. Lewis the Nerd and Crosshairs Kelly. Lewis is used to being the underdog, and he's going to be undersized yet again.
Goodbye.
Lewis won for a ride there. Speaking of rides, Lewis was just in Disney World on vacation, and this nerd had to get kicked out of his Star Wars attraction just because he wasn't allowed to be in there. He's too much of a nerd. They just kicked him out.
I don't think that's true at all.
It is, Marcus. I talked to him before
I don't trust your sources. And Crosshairs Kelly just throwing Lewis across the ring yet again. Now, we've seen over the time, Lewis is a very resilient athlete. Lewis, checking the calculations here, though.
See, but Marcus, what is the point of continuing to get up when you're just going to get knocked back down again?
Well, here's the thing, is Lewis has got his calculator here. Lewis is going to do some calculations. Lewis is going to figure it out.
What is math going to do against Crosshairs?
Well, we're going to see is Lewis using his speed advantage. Couple chops. Oh. Uh-oh. Crosshairs catch some of those. Nothing phasing him except maybe that boot. And now the big shots from Lewis in the corner. I think Lewis has done the math. He's figured it out.
He's figured out that he's about to get knocked out.
Lewis using the speed, kind of maybe a rope-a-dope strategy, as he has got Crosshairs all out of sorts and in his own corner. Big splash from Lewis. Tag to Drake Braddock, who is a ball of energy in there, Jordan. When you deal with, oh, wait a minute, they're going for a double suplex already.
How's this going to work? You want to talk about nerd stuff, Lewis? You don't have enough gym badges to tame Crosshairs.
Crosshairs trying to get them both up. Double jawbreaker. Lewis goes low. Drake with the kick. Double super kick.
Now, Joey, you saw the great success. You saw us do our business. Do you think we can handle Drake and Lewis out here?
I think it would be 2-0 if you guys had to go up against Military Injustice. The great success would be a very easy win, 2-0.
Yeah, the injustice would be the fact that we're not on the Ryse roster right now. I don't understand what you think this is going to be, Marcus.
I don't control anything here. I'm not in charge here. What I know is that Drake Braddock and Lewis are just trying to get a victory here. Drop down, another drop down. And then Drake dropping down to give him 50. And Drake all the way to the floor, getting a little PT in.
Push-ups, come on.
He's going to need to do a lot more push-ups than that if he's going to try to test his strength against Crosshairs Kelly.
Drake Braddock not known for his strength. Drake Braddock known for those kicks, though. He is a martial arts expert. Does a lot of martial arts in his free time. Teaches karate as well. He's an expert martial artist. Crosshairs trying to hold on. Can't. Drake Braddock trying to get him over. Trying to leverage. Does he get him? Can he get him? No? Oh, no.
Activated that trap card. Goodbye. He's a quick little guy, isn't he?
Head scissors into the corner. Drake Braddock has Crosshairs Kelly's all out of sort.
You know, I will give them props. They are a smart tag team, keeping Crosshairs grounded and in their corner. Like, that's a great recipe for success right there. And I should know that. I'm a successful son.
Trying to go for that code breaker. Lewis gets caught. Oh, full Nelson into a backbreaker. Crosshairs Kelly just leveled Lewis.
Crosshairs Kelly controlling this match now, beating down on the nerd, and Pat Bruiser's going to come in and finish him off.
Yeah, this is, right to the mush with that boot.
Not looking good. Not looking good for the nerd.
Yeah. Especially the gigantic Bruiser coming in here. He is the powerhouse, if you would even call him that, of this powerhouse group. I don't see Lewis getting out of this one.
Yeah. Pat the Bruiser with a big body slam. Look out. Big elbow drop.
Ribs gone, lungs destroyed.
Pat the Bruiser is enjoying every second of this. Whenever I talked to him earlier, he said his favorite thing and the one thing he wanted to do tonight, Pat the Bruiser, is cause pain. He enjoys doing it. He does not care who's in the ring. He's going to beat up whoever that may be.
Yeah, Warhorse, this is a merciless tag team. As I said, we've seen them in Uprise. And Crosshairs Kelly, they give him the nickname Crosshairs for a reason. He's almost the guidance system of this tag team. He figures out a way to execute it, and then he unleashes himself and Pat the Bruiser. He is one of the smartest guys you're going to find, as well as one of the most powerful.
Also talking to Crosshairs Kelly before, yes, I'm piggybacking off what you said, Marcus, but he's the more methodical one. He's the planner. He's concerned about them winning. Pat the Bruiser, yes, he wants to win, but he's more concerned about causing pain. But Crosshairs Kelly keeps him in check, and that's why this team is so good. Crosshairs Kelly is the quarterback of it, and look at him leading it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Drake Braddock, who is a fiery individual, hates watching his friend get beat up in the corner, but Drake Braddock's got to settle down, and Lewis has got to find a way to break some momentum. But when you're in the corner like this, when Warhorse controls the match, it is so hard to break any of their momentum.
Maybe if you focus on holding that tag rope and not trying to break the rules and enter the ring, maybe his partner wouldn't be getting beat up at this moment.
Yeah, I thought intelligence was part of the name military intelligence. That wasn't smart.
Well, that's more of the Lewis area of the tag team. He's the intelligence.
Obviously.
Now Drake Braddock, I mean, you gotta give it to him. As Warhorse has just found a way to use Drake Braddock's exuberance against him. Braddock is just dying to get into this match as Kelly and Bruiser are just merciless on Lewis.
Well, that's interesting to see. Usually Warhorse will go for the more knock you out type of approach. They'll be more powerhouse. They'll be more strong. They will throw you. This is really interesting to see them outsmarting military intelligence at this point. There's not many back elbows that are better than mine. I ain't giving that one.
2 count only. Lewis, as I said, they've called Lewis and
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
Lewis and Drake Braddock the heart and soul of this company. You really see it with Lewis. He's such a resilient athlete. This is a guy who was in the ring for the Grand Championship at one point with Lee Moriarty and Jack Pollock. This guy can hold his own. He has resiliency. There's something about Lewis that just makes him special.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Marcus. He has been in a lot of big-time matches. He can hold his own. He's one of the best competitors that Ryse has right now.
Yeah, but Warhorse is slowly but surely staking their claim as one of the best tag teams here at Ryse. And as you said, Jordan, they do have an opportunity here at our Uprise Anniversary show as they'll face Keith Haught and Tyler Vox for a chance to be on the Ryse roster.
And who else has a chance at the Uprise? Who else has a chance?
Yeah, Jordan Styles will also have a chance against Brandon K. Cover here. Was finding a way to kick out, and this is just Lewis is taking a lot of damage here, and I gotta think that Warhorse is almost just playing with Lewis at this point.
Let's see if the crowd can get Lewis back up into this match. I don't see it happening, but we'll see.
Tag to Pat the Bruiser. Phenomenal tag team strategy from Warhorse as Bruiser and Kelly with these frequent tags. Ooh.
Good night, Lewis.
That might be it. Cover.
And do you see Bruiser getting his entire body over Lewis? That amount of weight. That'll take a lot out of you just to kick out of that. And he keeps doing it. I don't know what Lewis is made of, but this is insane to see.
Lewis is just one of those types of athletes that just can find something deep inside that gets him going, gets him ability to keep going in there, even with a guy like Pat the Bruiser beating down him with these big forearms.
You know what would help him? An Emmy. If he'd have an Emmy, he'd be okay right now.
Well,
I mean,
Lewis,
I have an
if there's
Emmy.
anyone who could figure out a way to get an Emmy, I think it's the smartest man in Ryse. It's Lewis.
And why doesn't he have one yet?
I don't think he wants one.
Yeah, okay.
You know how hard it is to win one Emmy?
Yeah.
Pretty hard. This man has 2 of them.
2 of them.
So I think he would know all about winning them. And if he says that Lewis doesn't have what it takes to win one, Marcus, I would be on his side.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is why he is greatness. See, he is part of the greatness brigade because he is smart. Where's your brains, Marcus? Where is that at?
I'm just here to call the match, and I'm here to watch as Warhorse is just, again, dominating in this corner. Oh, another boot.
Just using their momentum.
Look out.
Over.
Call the match. Call the corner.
You would think that this Colonel Guile wannabe has some more understanding of rules. If he was in the military, he keeps running in. He needs to just stay on the side, hold the tag rope, wait for your chance to get in the ring.
I will say this, that was a great move by Drake Braddock because him getting in and distracting the referee for a second may have saved the match there because Lewis was all out of sorts. I don't know how much longer Lewis can hold on. Drake Braddock getting in the ring to break that pinfall.
Oh, what's going to happen here?
Bruiser's got him hooked, maybe going for a superplex, trying to end Lewis's life if he hits this.
Oh, if this lands, his career is done.
Lewis is biting him.
He's fighting him. Come on.
Lewis trying to do anything to fight his way out of this. Boot to the face. Look out, Lewis. Wait a minute. DDT.
Wow. See, I bite someone, I get booed. Lewis bites someone, everyone loves him.
This crowd doesn't know what to cheer
That is
for.
hypocritical.
Lewis just trying to find a way to survive against Warhorse, and he's got to make a tag to Drake Braddock. He's got to make that tag. Warhorse as well. Pat the Bruiser a little shaken up off that DDT. I don't know if he knows where he is. Tag made to Crosshairs. Tag made to Drake Braddock. Oh, super kick. Big forearms from Braddock, and this is his strength. This is what he's got to do. He's got to use those strikes. Oh.
Yeah, nice try, kid.
Maybe next time.
Oh.
Big man chops from Crosshairs, Kelly. He lined that one up right on his chest.
Yeah, but Drake Braddock not backing down. Drake Braddock trying to fight his way out. Big roundhouse kick. Trying to shoot Pat in. Reversal. Whoa! Using his momentum against him, Drake Braddock sends the Bruiser to the outside. Cuts down Crosshairs. Drake Braddock going up. Where is he going? Look out! Oh! He caught him right on the skull. No, only 2.
Warhorse is staying alive in this match. Big kick out from Crosshairs, Kelly.
His entire weight came down on the back of Crosshairs' head, and he still kicked out. What can military intelligence do next to even get a chance at winning this? And Bruiser takes him down.
Bruiser takes out Lewis on the outside. Another boot by Crosshairs, and Drake Braddock's in a hard way now.
It's Drake Braddock's turn to get a whooping now.
Oh! Tumbleweed.
They call this bowling for soup.
Yeah.
Cannonball, one after another. 2 big men like that.
2, Lewis there to make the save.
Gotta say, unsmart move by Bruiser, turning his back to them.
Yeah, Bruiser thought they had this one in the bag, and Lewis found a way. But Lewis now fighting back, using those strikes. They said Lewis just has some sort of way to fight out of it. Ducks out of the way. Warhorse hits each other. Drop kick. Heads collide. Bruiser to the floor. Lewis.
Somebody shut
over that code breaker. Kick. That's it. Heart and soul. And that is it.
You have got to be kidding me. What does that make me now?
I'm not sure, but I will say this.
And your winners by pinball at 13 minutes and 15 seconds, the mathlete Lewis the Nerd and his partner.
Military intelligence finding a way to win this match. I don't want to call it an upset because military intelligence has become one of the better tag teams, but on paper, you'd have to put your money on Warhorse. And Joey, if you've been a bet man all night, I gotta say, you're not doing too well.
Well, the bet that I put most of my money on if I were a betting man would have been on the one that I got right earlier, which was the Great Success winning. But I do think this was an underdog win because Warhorse is still there. They're a strong team. They still would have fought. They ran out of the ring. Warhorse would have still kept beating them down. Lucky win by military intelligence. Warhorse will definitely be back to get their revenge on them.
Absolutely. Warhorse will find a way. They're heading towards the Uprise Anniversary Show. Jordan Styles, you're heading towards the Uprise Anniversary Show as well. Thank you for joining us. And we're excited to see you and Brandon Kay in the upcoming Uprise Anniversary Show.
Yeah, it's going to be an instant win for me. You're very welcome for me being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jordan. Always good to see you, my man.
Oh, pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
First to the ring, hailing from Atlanta, Georgia, and weighing in at 270 pounds, Big Bad Kaiju, O'Shea Edwards.
O'Shea Edwards making his Ryse debut here at the Inclusion Revolution. Joining us on commentary for this one, our backstage correspondent, Lola Bradbury. Lola, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me out here. Now that Scrooge McDuck is out of the way, you got Huey over here.
I know. I'm excited for this matchup. This was one that was advertised and blew up on Twitter. The Big Bad Kaiju, O'Shea Edwards, making his Ryse debut. We'll get to him in a second, but first let's go to Christy.
His opponents. Hailing from the wasteland and weighing in at 210 pounds, Max the Impaler.
Max the Impaler. She recently just debuted on the Ryse roster after beating Ziggy, Haim, and Uprise, and has become one of the fastest rising stars, not just here in Pittsburgh, but all over the Midwest. Lola, Max is someone whose career you've been following ever since she debuted here in Pittsburgh. She's had a pretty epic run recently.
Oh, absolutely. Like you said, she's the fastest rising star here, coming in from Uprise, and she nearly took Ziggy out to make a statement.
Absolutely, she has been a one-woman wrecking crew, but heading up against the Big Bad Kaiju, O'Shea Edwards, this is a completely different test for Max. This is pound for pound probably the toughest opponent she's going to have to face.
Oh, absolutely, and we've seen Max literally ragdoll her opponent, so this is going to be a challenge for her.
Good luck for Max trying to ragdoll O'Shea Edwards. Yes, she is one of the fastest rising stars here at Ryse. She is now on the Ryse
And
roster.
tonight, our guest, Matthew Abel, will be ringing in the match.
She's one of the fastest rising superstars here at Ryse Pro Wrestling. but she does not stand a chance against O'Shea Edwards. And I'm going to be very confident in this pick, Marcus. I'm putting my money on my man, O'Shea Edwards. Just a few things about him. Trained by Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express, fought the likes of J.D. Drake, Austin Theory, Anthony Henry, Cameron Grimes. So what do you think's going to happen whenever he steps in the ring with Max Impaler? I'm not saying that I would fight her because I passed her in the hallway. I kept my head down. I kept walking. I know not to mess with her. But O'Shea Edwards is an animal.
And the thing with Max, as well as O'Shea Edwards, they both have these accolades. They both have a lot behind their names coming into this match. O'Shea Edwards was a former collegiate offensive lineman prior to wrestling, also was a firefighter for 15 years. He's used to high-pressure situations.
Now, O'Shea Edwards, he's taking his time trying to, this is a veteran of O'Shea Edwards trying to get in the head of Max the Impaler, trying to start this match on his terms, not hers, and I don't blame him. He's the road team here. Max has made kind of a home here at Ryse. This is her home field advantage, and he is trying to frustrate the more inexperienced Max the Impaler.
Veteran move by O'Shea, getting back in, making the ref break the count, restart the 10 count. He's going on his time. He knows what he's doing in there, trust me.
Max is very, very intimidating. When you pass her in the hallway, you keep your head down because she is ready for a fight no matter what.
Yeah, she has made a living here fighting anyone and anyone that'll come at her. And this is a face-off now. I'm trying to say that O'Shea, I've never seen anyone this confident in there with Max.
This is brick wall versus brick wall, Max Chuck versus Max Chuck.
Yeah, so far no one budging here, and I'm not shocked as these two are just ramming right into each other.
That's why I said I kept my head down in the lobby passing her. I didn't want to take one of those shoulders. See, I'm not stupid, I'm smart. That's why I aligned myself with the great success.
And Max trying to work O'Shea out of the corner. A big headbutt by Max. Comes in, look at that speed!
One thing I have noticed with this match, this challenge ahead of Max, she's going to have to dig down deep in her arsenal.
That's right. Like you said, she's used to being in there as a power threat, and you see her using a little more speed here, but it's O'Shea Edwards is just shrugging it off. This is a completely different test for Max. I doubt she's ever been in a situation where she's got to go pound for pound, fist for fist with someone who's her equal.
O'Shea Edwards made it very clear on Twitter that he wants to hurt Max. He wants to, prove that he is the tougher man.
Yeah, and O'Shea Edwards is coming in here. He's trying to make a debut. As we've said, Max has been a big rising star here. O'Shea Edwards could spoil that, put his name, right up there with Max, who's been undefeated so far here. So a loss for Max and a win for O'Shea is very big. She tried to get him up and over, but O'Shea blocking it, and then right into the turnbuckle.
Look at the power from O'Shea Edwards.
Yeah, this is one of the most powerful wrestlers I think we've seen here at Ryse. Up and over, though. O'Shea is just controlling Max. Said, I don't think I've ever seen her this shaken up.
Y'all want to see something cool?
And he is an athlete. Look at him move around the ring like a cat.
Oh! Max still on her feet, though. I don't think O'Shea Edwards has ever seen someone quite like Max.
Max is fueled by the pain, fueled by the fury of, whatever her competitors bring her way.
And O'Shea Edwards trying to reevaluate his strategy. I think both of them came in thinking that they would just go fist for fist, pound for pound, and I think someone's going to have to change the strategy here if they're going to want to get an advantage.
Here at Ryse, Max has made a splash and made her name very well known. But the thing with O'Shea Edwards, he is affiliated with Future of Honor and Shane Taylor Promotions. So he's got some big things behind him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's, Shane Taylor Promotions. They're not going to pick anyone who's not up and coming, not one of the stronger competitors. But O'Shea going to the gut there with that kick. trying to find a way to get the advantage here. And like I said, this is whoever's going to take advantage of this, I think is going to have to deviate from the original game plan. I think just going fist for fist, they're so evenly matched.
It's going to be completely unorthodox.
Yeah, Max has been pretty unorthodox here at Ryse. Using that Uprise brand, she's taken on competitors like Espiritu Myra, like Ziggy Haim. She's working her way into the Ryse roster just recently. But like I said, O'Shea Edwards trying to make a debut, trying to make a name for himself here in Pittsburgh. We've made a name all over the place. You know, we've seen him recently at Black Label Pro, at Beyond Wrestling. This guy is all over the place, trying to get to the next level. And you know, you see why. These big blows, these big clubbing blows to Max in the corner.
I'll give it up to Max. She is definitely taking a beating. She almost kind of still looks like she's unfazed from the beginning. She's a tough competitor, but O'Shea Edwards staying on the offensive. He is a tough one to take down.
Yeah, so far we've seen that. I think that's the first time Max has even gone to a knee. Still on her feet, and there, finally, O'Shea able to get her down on the mat.
Max has programmed herself to always get back up after a hit. She knows how to take a hit. And not to mention, you know, she is the USS National Qualifying Strongwoman and proud powerlifter, so she can go toe-to-toe with anybody.
Big clubbing blows there.
She's going to have to dig deep if she wants to pick up a win tonight.
And she's a little shaken here. She has gotten big hits. Look out. Double clothesline. Neither competitor going down. And again... Now, third time. A fourth. This is like two monsters colliding here. This is, you know, we got warned on Twitter that this was be a kaiju battle.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
But this is Godzilla, you know, personified here.
I agree with you on that one, Marcus. These are definitely two titans in the ring. I don't know what's going to happen.
At this point, we just have to kind of wait and watch to see what happens and see, you know, who gets knocked off their feet first.
Big shot from O'Shea Edwards. Max is sustaining so much damage here. Same with Edwards. They are just beating the snot out of each other. Whoever wins this match isn't, I don't know, is going to be a winner so much as a survivor. Max unloading with those forearms, and back comes Edwards. Trying to hook Max up, trying to go for a suplex. Up and over, but see how fast Max is just right back to her feet.
O'Shea's making a huge mistake not paying attention to Max and taking his eyes off of her.
She's like the Terminator. She will not go down. She will not stay down.
Suplex to Edwards.
She's beyond what a Terminator is, to be honest.
I think I might have to agree with you on that one, Noir.
But Edwards back on his feet as well. I don't know what it's going to take for either one of these to stay down for a 3 count. And if you're anyone else on the Ryse roster, you got to be terrified of the prospect of ever facing Max or O'Shea Edwards after seeing this.
Even I barely escaped Max. Like, she wanted to pick a fight with me, so I can't even imagine being in the ring with her.
Max hit that spear. I don't think she got all of it. Edwards back up.
Edwards just keeps getting back up. Max is going to have to dig deep. I don't know what she's going to have to do to win this match.
She hit him with that spear again. We've watched her win matches, and O'Shea is getting back up again. He's eaten 2 spears. And he is on one knee. Coming up, spine buster by Edwards. Cover. Only one.
At this point, it's not going to be a physical battle. It's going to be a mental battle on who can get the upper hand first.
And O'Shea is shook. He is shook. Max kicking out of 1. Just shook him. Going up for a torture rack. Max fighting out. Look out. Big clothesline forearm to the head. Another spear. Max cover. She got him.
Another big win for Maxie Impaler.
And your winner by pinfall at 9 minutes and 22 seconds, Max the Impaler!
Big win for Max. O'Shea had a strong outing, but Max gave it her all and came out victorious. I'm going to give her props for that one. She looked awesome in this one tonight.
Oh, absolutely, Joey. Max, the Impaler, finds a way to get a victory over O'Shea Edwards. It took 3 spears for O'Shea Edwards to get his shoulders down on the mat. Max has become a rising star here, but O'Shea Edwards gave her everything he's got. Big debut for O'Shea Edwards. You know, Lola, I gotta say, this was one of the best matches that I've seen out of Max so far.
Oh, absolutely. She keeps proving herself and improving and you know, putting the Ryse locker room on notice. So she's really bringing the fight.
Absolutely. Max, the Impaler, puts everyone on notice with a victory over O'Shea Edwards.
First to the ring, hailing from Derry, Maine, and weighing in at 215 pounds, your current Ryse Grand Champion, the Reaper, Matt Conard.
Feature presentation of the Inclusion Revolution. It is a non-title match, but we are currently looking at the Ryse Grand Champion, Matt Conard, a man who has held that title at this point for over 7 months, making him the longest reigning Ryse Grand Champion in the history of this company. He has defined that title in its 2 years existence for over 16 months. And Lola, I gotta ask you, Matt Conard has found a way through victory after victory against Keith Haught. How does Keith Haught take on Matt Conard here tonight?
Keith Haught has been through a lot in the past year and a half here at Ryse. You know, he suffered injury.
Next to the ring,
He's trying to get that positive mental attitude, but he keeps just getting kicked down over and over again.
being escorted by Nancy Grimm and hailing from the Wild and weighing in at 230 pounds, the Bearcat, Keith Haught.
There may be no one more infectious than Keith Haught. You talked about it, Lola. Keith Haught has tried to keep a positive mental attitude. He's tried to stay on the right path ever since his feud with Matt Conard. But Keith Haught has faced adversity. But at this point, you got to think that he's got Matt Conard's number.
Absolutely. You know, Matt Conard did not believe for 1 second that Keith was worthy of the feature presentation spotlight. He wasn't worthy of the Ryse Grand Championship. And I think Keith has kind of gotten in his head by proving himself here.
Absolutely, Joey. You got to look at a guy like Matt Conard. He's been champion for 16 months. Some are asking if Matt Conard will be champion forever.
I don't see why not. He's the only 2-time champion here at Ryse Pro Wrestling. And there was a controversial finish in that last match whenever Keith Haught grabbed the referee's hands and counted to 3. And for some reason, Man Bear Pig thought he won the fight. He did not. That counts as cheating, and that's why Matt Conard is still your Ryse Grand Champion.
The thing with Matt Conard, though, you know, over the past year, he's had a complete change of attitude. This no remorse, this no conscience has, I have to say, apparently paid off for Matt Conard.
Yeah, Matt Conard has found a way to keep that title over and over again. And he's found a way to continue to be champion. But Keith Haught, like I said, he has had his number. Keith Haught, up until their matches here at Ryse, Keith Haught has found ways to beat Matt Conard everywhere. That was the first time that Matt Conard had beaten Keith Haught in a singles match. This is a feud. These guys know each other incredibly well. And now Matt Conard's got a microphone. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure. I don't think anyone wants to hear what Matt's got to say.
It's probably to tell Man Bear Pig he has no shot.
You're really rude. You know what? So rude.
I just want to emphasize a point before we get started here. There's a thank you, whoever made that perfectly clear. There's a reason this is a non-title match, Keith, because in case your memory's slipping, I've beaten you multiple times for my championship. So not only do you not deserve a championship match, these people don't deserve to see a championship match.
Tell him, Matt.
Well, Matt Conard has that title, and he's got a match up at the anniversary show with Tony Johnson. That's why this is a non-title match here tonight.
Don't try to sweet talk me, you're not getting one. Say please.
Should I say please? No! They don't deserve please.
Just take it from me.
Already playing mind games, Matt Conard.
He wants to be that way. See, Conard, if you don't remember, we had a 2 out of 3 falls match a little while back, and I believe I'm the last person to pin you clean in this ring. 1, 2, 3. I think some of you might remember that. I think the wonderful people here tonight deserve a championship title match. What do you think?
Not getting it, Keith.
I've worked my butt off every day to get that title. And you know what? Yeah, I might have. But I think tonight's the night. Unless you're a chicken. Chicken! 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 Chicken!
He's not wrong.
Well, Matt Conard had, like I said, he's got a scheduled title match at the anniversary show with Tony Johnson.
Say please first.
Keith isn't backing down from it. I love that. And the fact is, I do have to play devil's advocate here. You know, he has technically not gained that
Well, he has not earned a title match, but trying to get in Matt Conard's head.
You think you're gonna fall for your little juvenile games, Keith? You're not getting a title match.
Keith is at this point technically at the back of the line, though.
Absolutely. That's, again, why we have a non-title match.
Keith Haught has been on such a rough patch. He is insane.
You know what, fine, Keith, I've done it before. I'll do it again. You're on.
Whoa! I think Matt Conard is putting his title on the line.
Is this a smart move from Matt?
Title's on the line. Let's go.
Matt Conard is putting his title on the line.
History shows that it is a smart move.
Well, this did happen once before. Matt Conard put his title on the line against the young Trey Lamar and found a way to walk out with that title once again. But Matt has this had a thorn in his side named Keith Haught, and I think he wants to prove one more time that he can beat Keith Haught for that title.
I think more than anything, Matt Conard's ego has exponentially shown since, retaining that title over and over again.
Conard, like I said, he has been on that roll. He has found a way to keep that title no matter what. But Keith Haught has found this kind of hole in Matt Conard's game. He's been able to find ways around, and he hasn't been successful by beating him for the championship. But Keith Haught has pinned Matt Conard's shoulders to the mat.
Break the grip on the hair.
He does have that motivation behind him, but also he has his mind focusing on too many things. The title, this opportunity right now, not to mention, his tag team partner, Honey Badger, came back and completely just blew him off. So, I know he was pretty upset about that, but mainly he has to focus not on friendships, but this title.
Absolutely, and you got to think, if you're Tony Johnson in the back, now you're watching, you've earned that title match at the third anniversary show. Tony Johnson is guaranteed to be in that match. We don't have a guarantee who the champion is going to be, though.
I have a guarantee who's going to walk out of here with the championship belt. Matt Conard, the Reaper.
Well, you may be right, you may be wrong, but Tony Johnson's got to watch this match in the back, looking at who could possibly be his opponent at the anniversary show. You know, Tony Johnson and Keith Haught was a first-round match in that Rise of the Contender tournament match. You know, that's a possibility that it could be, you know, former friends Keith Haught and Tony Johnson at the anniversary show now.
Yeah, it could go either way because Tony Johnson has so much history with both these men in the ring right now. You know, him and Keith Haught were, you know, tag team partners, friends. He's, you know, faced Matt Conard prior a year and a half ago. So.
Yeah, Conard trying to get Keith Haught off his game. Keith, so unorthodox, finds a way to duck through. And now those big chops to Conard. Conard's got to be regretting putting the title on the line right now.
A little bit of that Bearcat style.
What is a Bearcat, by the way?
It's a hybrid between a bear and a cat.
Half bear, half cat.
It's something out of an anime. Like, don't you watch anime?
I don't.
Uneducated.
Keith Haught finding a way to get Matt Conard off his game, but Conard with a reversal. Keith with the crossbody cover. 2 and no.
Keith has proven over and over again, you know, this is the 5th time he's faced Matt Conard. He's proven that he can get down and get serious. He's proven that he can be championship material.
Yeah, ever since that moment in that Keith Haught, you know, had Matt Conard pinned, there was a 3 count with a referee's hand. It may not have been the referee doing it, but ever since that moment that Keith Haught had that title in his hands, you know, he was at the top of the mountain, and he did the honorable thing. He handed the title back to get his rematch. But ever since that moment, Keith has been reeling, but it could turn all on a dime right here, right now.
One thing I've noticed, and I have to ask you, Marcus, and Joey as well, you know, that championship, everyone has their eyes on it backstage in that locker room, but ever since, like, any person who's held that title, their attitude has changed. So do you think that, in a way, despite Keith not having that title, it has changed him?
Oh! Keith Haught just kicked the ring post there, and that's going to be a target for Conard. And I agree with you a little bit, Lola. Once you win a championship like that, it does change you. You saw when Lee Moriarty became our first grand champion, he became a more focused fighter. When Matt Conard won it the first time, Matt Conard became became a legend in his own mind, and that's why we saw this shifting mood that he's had here. And of course, you know, Derek Direction held the title for a cup of coffee, and you know, that's just classic Derek. But this is a big target on his back right now, or technically on his knee, as Keith Haught is hobbled. And this is what Matt Conard can do so well. This is the meticulous style of Matt Conard. Once he gets you on the mat, once he gets control, there is nobody better in professional wrestling here in Pittsburgh than Matt Conard.
I agree with you on that. And to answer your question, Lola, I didn't get a chance. Marcus cut me off. But Keith Haught, the only thing that he has proven is that he's desperate. He's trying to con Matt Conard into getting a title shot whenever it was supposed to be a non-title match. And the only thing that he has proven is that he cannot beat Matt Conard. And this is a walk in the park. This is cake work for Matt Conard. He's won up against guys like Cassius Ohno, the Young Bucks, Matt Hardy. He's a well-traveled 10-year vet. You think that Keith Haught is going to take the title away from tonight? You are crazy.
One thing I do have to point out, you mentioned in Keith Haught...
5 minutes gone by.
You mentioned
5 minutes.
Keith Haught being desperate, but you don't call this new attitude change from Matt and Ty and Edric desperate. You know, they've had each other's backs for certain, but they've also kind of weaseled their way into things. How is that not desperate?
Whenever you're the champion, you can do whatever you want. Matt Conard can do what he wants when he wants. He's the Ryse Grand Champion. Whatever you want to call it, weaseling, I call it being the best. And that's why Matt Conard is the best.
Wait a minute. Inside cradle. Conard had him in that spinning toe hold, an homage to the Funks, as Conard has been working on that leg, looking for that leg lock that he uses so well. He has won matches with that, gotten people to tap out to that leg lock. But Keith Haught, I don't know if anyone puts their entire body into those strikes quite like Keith Haught. Oh, but his knee has gone out on him.
I hate to say it, but his knee is going to be an easy target for Matt.
Yeah, and this is what Matt loves, is this type of target. He's softening him up for that leg lock that he uses, and back back to that spinning toe hold. And then transitioning. Looks like going for a figure 4. And he's got it locked in on Keith Haught.
Keith Haught's got to give on this one. He has that in deep.
Yeah, Conard using those long legs to hold Keith Haught in. And this is where Keith has a disadvantage with his height. He's always so far from the ropes.
Keith is going to have to find a way to get some leverage here against Matt. But Keith has been in this situation before, and he's proven like he is tough mentally and physically. He hasn't tapped to Matt Conard.
No, but Keith Haught also has to worry about those pinfalls, as you saw. Keith trying to reverse some pressure, trying to dig down deep. Can Keith Haught flip him over? Keith Haught reverses the pressure on Conard.
Get to the ropes, Matt. Get to the ropes.
Conard's hooked here. Keith's got him in the ropes.
He's got no friend to help him reach that rope.
He's got those long arms. He's going to grab it.
No! Almost tapped, but gets to the ropes.
There we go.
Keith Haught forced to break. And now both men's legs have taken a fair amount of damage as Keith Haught trying to dig down and find a way to beat Matt Conard for the title.
At this point, Keith physically has to be one step ahead of Matt Conard.
Keith with that uppercut shot. As we said, winner of this heads to the 3rd anniversary show. But Keith stumbled. Conard trying to get him over. Can he get him over for that sunset flip? All of his weight right down on the sternum, and Conard is out.
How is your face, Matt Conard?
Keith trying to find a way if he can roll over, maybe get that pin, but he has taken so much damage to that leg, it's getting harder and harder for him to pull himself up. Conard is shaken, and this has turned into what we expected from these two. Keith using his striking ability, trying to get some blood flow back in that leg, trying to walk around. Boot in the corner. Keith trying to build some momentum.
One thing I do have to point out that Matt never ever expects and underestimates Keith every time.
He does. Keith flips him over. Conard, big clothesline. He is all out of sorts. Keith Haught is rolling against Matt Conard. Oh, right back to the leg.
Keith worrying about the wrong thing. Matt, the veteran.
Big Samoan drop. Can Keith capitalize? Can he roll over? Can he make a pin? Keith calling for that big kick. I don't know if he's got his plant leg, though. I don't know if he can get everything on this kick with that bad wheel.
Keith is going to have to be careful on this one. But careful is completely thrown out the window at this point.
Goes for the kick. Conard ducks. Pump kick caught. Ducks the clothesline. Back to the knee. And again.
Great move by Conard. Chopping him down.
Shining Wizard by Conard.
That's got to be it.
Cover 2. No. Keith Haught finds a way to kick out.
He's got the crowd behind him. He knows that he is championship material. He has a positive attitude to wrangle that energy.
Keith Haught has found some sort of weird hole in Matt Conard's game, and Matt Conard just can't find ways to get rid of Keith Haught out of his life.
Keith is one of the very few here who has been able to find a hole in Matt Conard's play.
Absolutely. Matt Conard is such a well-rounded athlete, but Conard's stalking Haught, and he'll hook him up, going for that DDT. Keith fights through. Victory roll. Cover 2. Headbutt by Haught. And Conard is shook. Haught is shook there at opposite sides. Look out. Maddie's to buckle. And Keith's still struggling on that leg. Conard covers. Wait. Use the ropes for leverage, but Haught's still able to kick out.
Matt can pull his tricks, Matt can pull his cons, but Keith is going to find a way to get out of those.
Look out. Head kick. Knockout shot. Conard's out.
He's giving Matt too much time to breathe. He should have pinned.
Yeah, Keith, that leg went out on him there. Like I said, I don't know if he had his plant foot He may have just hurt that knee even more, but Keith Haught going up top. If he hits this Haught mess, this is all over. We're going to have a new champion if Keith Haught can hit this splash.
With that knee in that leg, he's going to have to find some adrenaline to pull this off.
Yeah, Keith is
Oh, you
slowly
gotta
but
be kidding
surely
me.
trying to make it up.
Really?
Here we go.
Wait a minute, it's Edric Everhart, and he just...
Who
What did I tell you?
Who didn't see that one coming?
Matt Conard still Ryse Grand Champion.
Edric Everhart causing a disqualification. And this is, now they're just going to beat down on Keith Haught. Matt's going to walk out with the title. He walks out with a loss, but he still walks out with the title. Wait a minute.
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging. Tony's going to try and fight back, but
Tony Johnson's going to get what he deserves for sticking his nose where it doesn't belong.
Just like Edric, though?
Tony trying
Edric
to fight.
belongs there.
Wait a minute, what are your boys doing out
My
here?
boys, the great success.
You're going to make me gag.
And this is now the numbers game of Alexander and, well, here comes Tej and Peyton Graham.
This is an all-out brawl.
This is an all-out brawl here as everyone is making their way out here. Jordan Styles trying to get out of the ring. Alexander and Peyton Graham are brawling each other.
Egos just exploded.
Peyton Graham should get suspended for throwing Alexander's head off of that ring. Does he not know that Alexander has photo shoots coming up?
It could have been used.
Peyton Graham has got his eyes focused on the great Alexander.
Whoa, where are you going, Matt Conard? Where are you going, Edric?
Hey, I had my match.
Did you?
Kane.
This has been a great night, Matt, and you guys are going to ruin it with all your stupid shenanigans. So what we're going to do is put you back in that ring, and we're going to hit that bell 4-on-4.
And Brandon Kane is just...
this night right.
Who does he think he is?
He's the owner is who he is.
Brandon Kane laying down the law here.
Brandon Kane has just
That's
made
absurd.
an 8-man tag team match of Keith Haught, Tej, Peyton Graham, and Tony Johnson versus the Great Alexander, Jordan Styles, Edric Everhart, and Matt Conard.
I love to see the successful Saint seething. Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, this just popped the night into a different direction.
Brandon Cage is coming out thinking he could do whatever he wants.
Well, he signs the checks. He can do whatever he wants here.
True
Where's
that.
mine?
Well, you got to take it up with management, not me.
Check that P.O. box. The thing is here, what's really interesting, all of these men have scores to settle on grudges. So it's just going to be hard to contain with one ref.
Yeah, we saw Edric and Tony Johnson brawling earlier. Johnson found a way to beat Everhart. But now we got an 8-man tag team match at the end of the evening.
It's not going to last long with Everhart in there.
Arm drag and another. Edric Everhart has already had enough of Tony Johnson.
Chickening his way out, as usual.
And now Johnson calling for Conard. We know now that at the Ryse 3rd anniversary show, we are going to see Matt Conard and Tony Johnson. Conard finding a way to keep that title.
Getting a little preview of that 3rd anniversary show match tonight.
Absolutely, and we got the grand champion and the #1 contender face to face in the ring right now.
You're going to get a spoiler of the ending of the 3rd anniversary show when Matt Conard pins Tony Johnson to end the night.
This rivalry has been an epic one, not just here at Ryse, but all over the place. As I've said before, these guys have faced each other in multiple different matches over 4 years, 5 states. They have been everywhere with each other. I don't know if there's anyone in the world who knows each other better than Matt Conard and Tony Johnson.
In general, it seems like history seems to follow everyone here in Ryse.
Yeah, the decisions you make, it seems to always haunt you. They never go away. Nothing you do here ever stays put. There's always a consequence to the actions, and you see that as we got 8 men in the ring.
I feel like there's a Metallica song here to fit the bill, but I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Conard Getting tripped there. Johnson's got the leg pin. Back to a spinning toe hold. Johnson's so good technically. Can just do what he wants, just can manipulate everyone. That hamstring now not enough for Conard. We know his leg's damaged in that figure 4 reversal by Keith Haught, and Conard is hobbled.
Conard just was in a long, hard-fought match with Keith Haught. There's no reason why he should even be in this. Brandon K just trying to ruin his night. He's always out to get Conard. This is absurd that he's in this match.
Johnson finds a way to get out of that DDT. Conard finds a way to not take that ice pick kick to the jaw. As I said, they know each other so well.
You know, both these men, both Iceman Tony Johnson and Matt Conard at the top of their respective games here in Ryse Wrestling. You know, Tony Johnson has been on this incredible streak here. Off and on, you know, I don't technically agree with his ways sometimes, but he's proven, you know, he is the top of the food chain.
This is the last thing Tony Johnson wants to end his night. The great Alexander.
Well, this is, go ahead.
These two have never faced off before, so.
Now, and Alexander now wants, it doesn't look like he's, is he looking for a tag? And here comes Tej.
The millennial punk, Tad Jarvis.
Again, Tad Jarvis, so far in the young career of the great Alexander, the only man to be able to find a way to get that pinfall.
Both of these men have a lot to prove here, being, you know, technically newcomers and, you know, paving their way here.
Yeah, both men in their first year, their rookie years here at Ryse, and they're in there with some heavy hitters. They're in there with the grand champion, the tag team champions, Tony Johnson, Keith Haught, Peyton Graham, some veterans. You know, they have a lot to prove. The big shoulder block by Tad Jarvis, and Alexander finding the solace of the corner.
And the great Alexander's in a little bit of trouble.
Against Peyton Graham, who he's 2-0 against? I don't think so, Lola. Sorry.
And tag out now.
That's why he tagged out. He doesn't have anything to prove against Peyton Graham. He's 2-0. Jordan Styles, clean him up.
And now Styles and Graham. Look out! They call him the Destroyer for a reason. They call him the Gatekeeper for a reason. You don't get to just walk into Peyton Graham's building and try to make a name off Peyton Graham.
Every time Peyton Graham comes in like a raging bull.
Big shoulder in the corner.
He's out of control. They need to take him to the insane asylum. Look at him in there.
Another one. Peyton Graham is firing on all cylinders. Big clothesline. Graham with a cover. 2. Kick out by Styles. And now Styles tagging out.
Doesn't seem like anyone wants any part of the Destroyer Peyton Graham.
Peyton Graham is frustrated. Peyton Graham now tagging out to Keith Haught. So far, it's been Johnson, Jarvis, Graham, and Haught who've had the advantage. And now Edric drop toe hold from Keith Haught. Wait a minute. Keith Haught riding him.
So in anime, bear cats meow. That's what they do. They meow?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Wait a minute. Keith Haught trying to embarrass the tag team champion, Edric Everhart. This is a man that he considered a friend. Everhart and Keith Haught were part of Animal House together, and they were good friends. Wait a minute. No!
You know, going back on that history between Keith Haught and Edric Everhart.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
When System Elite won those tag team titles, they turned their backs on all their friends, including Keith Haught. So, I mean, Keith kind of has, a reason to embarrass his former friend.
Yeah, and now they're trying to embarrass Keith Haught. Matt Conard, now that the match is fully in control, he's ready, willing, and able to get in there and throw some boots.
He already beat him once tonight. He's holding the championship. Now he's just going to finish Keith Haught off.
And now, like you said, Lowell, I don't know if one referee is going to be able to control all of this. As these 8 men, this is 8 combustible attitudes. There's a lot of frustration build-up, not just from this evening, as we talked about. There's a lot of frustration building over the last year.
If I'm the referee in there right now, I have to have eyes all over, like, the circumference of my face to keep an eye on everything.
Well, Nick Brown, Nick Davidson, excuse me, are one of our best officials, and he's taking care of this match, doing the best he can. But watch out, big back suplex. Styles with the elbow drop. Cover. 2, no. Haught finds a way to kick out.
Jordan Styles has his own frustrations, so every time I've spoken to him, he's always kind of seemed like our owner, Ryse owner Brandon Kay, has gotten under his skin. So when he's in the ring with Keith Haught right now, he's probably seeing Brandon Kay.
Oh, absolutely. He's been focused on Brandon Kay. He's been frustrated that he hasn't gotten picked by a random counter with the Ryse randomization, or the Uprise randomization. And Alexander, wait a minute, caught up. Oh, but Keith Haught's caught up in the corner, and he's wide open for Jordan Styles.
Look at how smart the great Alexander is. Holding Keith Haught up there so Jordan Styles can kick him right in the gut. Now Matt Conard again coming in to clean him up.
Conard and Everhart weren't too interested in tagging in. You know, with the titles not on the line, they've had their success tonight. Conard and Everhart walk out, they go to the anniversary shows champion. That's all they care about. And now Matt Conard back onto that leg of Keith Haught. And again, this referee trying to just keep control the best he can, and I don't blame him. There is so many bodies all over the place. It's gonna be chaos.
They're gonna tear Keith Haught apart if someone doesn't get involved.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And if the ref didn't see it, they're not cheating.
We got a lot of egos on one side with Matt Conard, Edric Everhart, the great Alexander, and Jordan Styles. But so far, they're in control. So far, they're working together pretty well.
And with those egos, I have to wonder it's a ticking time bomb, essentially. We know Jordan Styles is known for throwing his, tag team partners under the bus and whatnot. So we're going to have to see how long it takes for someone to implode.
Keith Haught trying to fight back at Everhart, trying to build some momentum. Got his leg caught. Inseguri, and Everhart is down.
Keith fighting through that pain.
And now Keith Haught's got to make a tag. He's got 3 partners. This could change the complexion very quickly if Keith can make a tag. Styles tag first. Johnson tagged.
These two formerly tagged once here in Ryse.
Well, they did, and now Tony Johnson taking out a former, I guess he was a main event trainee, so to speak. Big D by Alexander, big clothesline by Graham.
There it is.
Duck through, German by Everhart.
Edric, beautiful German suplex.
Headbutt by Haught, and Edric is out. Keith, DDT.
This is a free-for-all.
Big spear. Tad Jarvis showing up, but ooh! Conard just cleared his head.
Good night, Punk.
He knocked him into next week.
Wait a minute. Johnson was going to go for that kick, but Alexander grabbed the foot, and now it's 2-on-1 on Johnson in the corner. And this is broken down all over the place. It's got Graham and Styles.
10 minutes gone by. 10 minutes.
We got Haught and Conard in the corner. We got Edric and Tony. Everyone is everywhere. This is just blown up.
Peyton throwing the successful pin in my side. Jordan Styles back in there in to get some of that action.
I think the referee is just giving up on this point.
Oh, yeah, it's getting up at this point. Everyone meets in the middle. Stunners all around. Wait a minute.
Oh, it's beautiful. The look on your face right now?
I'm disgusted by how the referee let the ending of that match go.
Winners at 11 minutes and 4 seconds. The Bearcat, Keith Haught, Iceman, Tony Johnson, Destroyer, and Jarvis.
The good guys prevail on this one here.
Absolutely, the makeshift tag team of Peyton Graham, Keith Haught, Tad Jarvis, and Tony Johnson find a way to get it done. But Tony Johnson's got a big match against Matt Conard at the anniversary show. That's the story going out of this. But I gotta say, I had a feel-good evening. Lola, I know you had a good time. Joe, did you have a good time? I mean,
Marcus, I had a wonderful time with you.
well, I know you guys didn't get a victory at the end here, but well, Tony Johnson has the title. That's a little shades of what we might see. Anyway, we have run out of time here for the Inclusion Revolution. I want to thank everyone joining. Thanks for everyone who joined on commentary. Thanks to everyone at IndieWrestling.us. We will see you December 14th at the Ryse 3rd anniversary show.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.